Bob McAfee.
Here.
LaDonna Allen.
Here.
Roger Spencer.
Here.
We all stand and join me in our pledge of allegiance and invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you pray with me? Eternal God, as we begin another session of the Carl Junction Board of Aldermen, we ask that you arouse in our hearts a hunger and a thirst for justice and peace, so that our actions will be guided by the desires to secure justice and equality for every member of our community. In the most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Rick. Next is approval of the agenda. Are there any comments, corrections to the agenda?
I move we remove items 6A and B from the agenda.
I talked to Mr. Talley today. He's still in the hospital. He's doing good. He thinks he's going to be released tomorrow. Since these ordinances are not immediate things we need to do right now, he had asked that we put them off until next meeting. Well, hopefully he'll be back. And even if he isn't back, he'll still have time to review them because he's been in the hospital and has not had a chance to get on his laptop and look at them and do all so. He kind of glanced at them somewhat on his phone or something, but he had some problems with A and wanted to look at B a little bit better. So I would recommend that you guys remove those from the
I'll
agenda.
second the motion.
All right. We have a motion by Don Allen, by Roger Spencer to remove 6A and B from the agenda. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. Those items have been removed. Thank you. Moving right along, reports. And this is, what we got? What did I forget? Oh, public forum.
No.
No consent agenda.
It's a, golly, what am I doing?
Are you with us?
Yeah, I haven't had anything to drink. That may be the problem.
Problem.
Next on the agenda is the consent agenda, which is the minutes of the previous meeting and disbursements. Thank you all very much.
Do we have to approve the agenda first as amended?
Oh, yeah, God, bless America.
Okay, I move we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by Rick Flynn to approve the agenda as amended. All those in favor, please signify by your right hand. 7 affirmative. With 1 absent, the amended agenda is approved. Next is the consent agenda, which is approval of the minutes of the previous meeting and approval of disbursements. Are there any comments, corrections to the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Rick Flynn, second by Roger Spencer to remove the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 affirmative, 1 absent. The consent agenda is approved. Now we go to public forum. Anyone like to speak? Either of you? Last call for public forum. Very well. No one wants to speak. We'll move right along. Next is now we get to reports, since we have no ordinances on the list. And the first thing is the long-term projects report. Steve put a whole bunch of stuff on that this time. He kind of expanded into the things that we have in the works and the things that we're talking about doing. Any comments about the long-term projects list? Anybody want to make any comments about it, talk about it?
I had some questions about Bulldog Beach and the pool.
Yeah.
Probably more specifically, since we had read that we're going to have a public forum or what is it, donuts and coffee or something. People are going to ask about that. And I just want to clarify, where are we at with that? What's it going to cost to fix it? Some of those, if we know.
Well, I believe that David and Mike, you guys asked for a formal quote that to be valid, and I guess seriously, you got out to a couple companies.
I reached out to a couple of companies to try to get a little more clarification on what those amounts were exactly. One of them, I contacted the city of Joplin to find out if they had a pool person or if they bid it out or what. They gave me a name and I contacted them. They're out of Kansas City. They told me to send that list. Otherwise, it cost $10,000. But for me, they were going to just look at the list. They were going to try to itemize it out a little bit more, so that we get an idea of what they would charge for those same things that need to be done. If we needed anything more detailed, they were going to have to come out, and it would be between $5,000 and $10,000 to send.
I guess another kind of follow-up to that, is there any grants or anything that we can apply for that we know of?
Not that I know of, but
I don't know either. I was curious.
Crystal and Steve may.
The LWCF grant does cover pools. It is still a match grant though, so it is still something that we have to match. I think it's only up to 250,000 that they will do. So
Well, if we can get a better estimate,
it might be that.
but yeah, who knows what their estimate's gonna
But I have not heard back from them yet. I'm still.
That's all I have. Thank you.
be. Okay. Well, that's valid. I mean, it's like, I've talked to people that live around there, and most of the time there's between 10 and 15 people, unless the Boys and Girls Club comes in. And then people were taking their children out of the pool when the Boys and Girls Club came in because they were bad language, bullies, stuff like that. And, but when you shut something down, then everybody gets concerned about it.
So,
And it's unfortunate that we didn't know about this before we did the splash pad, but we did. Yeah, well,
So we have something that tells how much it is to fix it, right? Or, I mean,
basically they're saying you can't fix it.
okay. But do we have anything on a new one?
We got
Is that what she's,
a ballpark, what, 950 to 1.2 million. Now, that's a pretty wide ballpark. And so that's what we're trying to get is
Trying to get
a
it
better,
narrowed down a
a
little
better figure, It's like you talk to somebody and they throw a ball in the ocean, We need to get, I'm glad you guys asked for that. So anything else on that? I know we're gonna have, what is it? The 22nd,
24th.
Saturday, the 24th,
Yeah, from 9 to 11.
9 to 11. Okay.
9 to 11.
I thought we were gonna do it before that, but we pushed it to the 24th.
It was pushed to the 24th.
That's what's been.
It's been advertised as the 24th.
Okay.
It's still before the next meeting.
Yeah, I had just, for some reason, I was thinking he was trying to do it on
I think
the
there
10th.
were 2 dates possible.
Yeah.
And then-
Hopefully Cody got
One
that.
was this Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully the paper doesn't put it out as the 10th. Hopefully he picks it up off that and not the meeting, because I think it was.
Hopefully. It's been on Facebook and it's also on our.
We'll see what happens. See how many people show up.
Well, you may have some show up on the wrong day. If that's by the meeting.
I'm sure we'll hear about
That's just something we'll have to be consistent with until the work is out.
it.
And then I guess to add to this, as far as like the Bradford pool, is that run by CID or? Because it seemed like a pool pass. I don't know the exact number. It seemed pretty high for people outside of Bradford.
375, I think.
Brad Brooks, that's his rates.
3 months worth of swimming or
I
something.
thought last year it was much lower and then it went up this year.
It was like 250 when it
Yeah, I think
last
it was
year.
Probably, yeah, they raised the NCID rate this year too. It was 25, it's now 35. The thing is, those people pay property tax.
And that's something that we have to consider too, when we do get the numbers on what it's gonna take for the pool. We gotta figure out what it's gonna take to operate a pool.
But we have a pool in the community that it just seems $300 to go swimming. It's crazy. I mean, I don't live there. I don't live in Bradford. But
Web City shut down their pool, Carmen shut down their pool, Lamar shut down their pool, Manette shut down their pool. Joplin has 3 pools, only one of them's open.
So, yeah, and everybody acts like,
And we
oh
can't
my
get
gosh,
anybody
we're
to
the
work,
only
couldn't get
people.
anybody to work ours. That's one of the things we started looking at, because the Y said no, they can't hire anybody. They just can't find anybody who wants to work. Maybe less folks.
the chemicals wasn't like.
And chemicals are way up, yeah, chemicals tripled.
I know it's expensive. I'm just saying.
Oh, let me tell you, it's a money loser for the CID.
It's funny.
It's a money pit.
I had someone tell me once when I was selling stuff, they said, I know you got to make money, but you don't got to make it all off of me.
Well, they beat us. You can go ahead and talk to them. We have a board meeting once a month.
Try that. Anyway, all right.
I know I hate to see the pool closed too. I mean, I don't use the one, I record the one here, but I hate to see it closed. Okay, I guess there's nothing else anyone wants to talk about on this projects list, since Steve isn't here to discuss it.
Well, do we want to update people on what's going on down at the splash pad
That'd be
now?
okay. Yeah, we can do it now. That's fine.
Crystal's got some updates, I believe she's worked on today to try.
So it's been a little unfinished looking, to put it mildly. And I went down there today and talked to Steve Nelson to try to talk to him into what is it that we need to do to make it look nice and presentable, ready to go by next Tuesday. He is going to finish the fence on the east side. He's going to work on that dirt park there, getting that all nice and smoothed out. We're going to have sod laid so that there's grassy area over by that concrete, so they're not tracking the dirt in and it's not a constant mud issue. And Jay is going to bring some rock over and get that smoothed out for the parking. We're looking good, and Nelson's also going to paint the bathrooms, so we're going to have that all nice and fresh and painted. And it should be done by next Tuesday.
So next Tuesday is the
Next
opening, they have the
Tuesday is
second Tuesday
official
here.
Opening for the splash pad.
And they're good. I'm pretty sure some of the TV stations will be here filming everything else. And we don't want it to look like it does now for that.
He's
Alto Town Showcase will be.
That's,
Oh,
I know
yeah,
that's
exactly, yeah,
I
yeah.
really want this to look nice for many reasons, for our residents, and then I also don't want, people that live here kind of understand it's a work in progress. People that don't live here are going to see that and not understand it's a work in progress, so I want it to not be quite so work in progress. We are still waiting on the pavilions. I did meet with, Midland Enterprises. I know it says in the long-term project report that the pavilions were ordered, they were. But because there was no idea on a lead time, we went ahead and got that refunded, so that, because we didn't have any idea how long we were gonna wait. And if we were gonna wait that long on something that we weren't all completely in love with anyway, we just went ahead and got the refund on it, and we're just gonna start back at square one. I met with Midland Enterprises this afternoon, Gary Barker. He is a resident here at Carl Junction, and so is the CEO. They said that they would be very interested in trying to help their hometown, and more than they could profit off of this, they want to help us out. So I don't know, I don't have numbers yet on that. I'm going to get numbers next week, but the lead time would be a whole lot less on something like that if financially we can pull it off there. That is the update that I have. It should be looking pretty nice. We just won't have the shade structures. I do want to go ahead and get the tables up there. A couple of tables per pad, so there's places to sit at least, even though we don't have a shade just yet. And that way I think it'll look more complete and it'll be ready to go for Tuesday.
Is he also painting the control building?
Yes,
The-
both buildings will be
Okay.
painted. Blue with white stars.
And then the tables are red, so.
Tables are red, so it'll all,
It'd be nice if we just find somebody that had a couple tables and chairs that they were having on their patio we could borrow for that Tuesday.
Like umbrella, even.
With the umbrella thing.
you never know.
I just hate to see that.
I know.
Do we have any of those just pop-up tents we can put up? The city owns it.
I mean, like a canopy
Yeah.
kind of thing. I wondered about that too.
So out of the church, I got 3 or 4.
How windy it's gonna be that day or how secure that would be, but
Yeah, well, I've got 8
You have
15-pound weights that go on the legs.
Yeah, we got some on the weights too.
And that, I mean, but also during one of the storms, I had them thrown up on my roof.
So I'm just thinking for Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's good. That would be good. Because they're what, 15 by 20?
12 by 20.
Oh, 12 by 20?
You mean the
Pads
pad?
are
Yeah,
12 by
pads.
20.
No, they're not.
They're not. Supposed to be.
They're what?
They're not
They
12
were
by
supposed to
20.
be 12 by 20, but they're not.
What are they?
15 by 20, which is why we have all the problems.
that's why it's a custom make.
We're not sure.
We
why
can put
they're
110
15 by
on
20.
each pad anyway. Because they're generally 10 by 10 or 10 or 11 by 11. Which is not bad. Put one table underneath it, one out the side of it or so.
So we really don't know when the,
If we go with Midland Enterprises, I talked to them about lead times, because that's another issue that we've been having. If we decide to go with one of their structures, They said that within 2 weeks after we order it, they can get started on it. So that is a whole lot less than 4 to 6 months, which was another one that I got that said 4 to 6 months. And the Allen's that said we don't have any idea.
And how much should we allotted for them?
At the time,
It was 22,000 something.
Originally, yeah.
original,
But we have, that included the pads, and we've already spent the pads on that.
yes.
And
But that
we,
wasn't that much, I don't think.
and we still have a calling for the people
We
who
still
built
have,
the
yes,
CID
the
also.
people that put up the pavilion at Brybrook. I've got a call into them, but they have not returned my call
Yeah,
yet.
'cause they did that in a day, didn't they?
Yeah.
Day and a half.
And it
It'll
was
go
fair,
fast.
Day and a half, and it's bigger, I didn't measure it, but I think it's bigger than 20 by 15, isn't it?
I asked Nate this morning, I can't even remember now.
And they were $8,000.
Yeah.
No heavy
Yeah, if we
equipment,
can't have
all
something, what about
labor.
funeral tents or something like that? You know, just for the Tuesday.
Well, I
might be a
think that's what
possibility.
we're talking about. We're talking about the 10 by 10s.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, Rick's got a couple of those.
Yeah.
And I've got weights.
Yeah.
And I'll even give you those weights because mine blew away in the thing, so I don't need them.
I'll get a couple of tables, a couple of
Okay.
Well, we got a picking table at the church too, down there.
But we'll at least have it looking much nicer and much more put together by Tuesday. Went down there today and it was just like, oh, this is not gonna work.
We don't think it's gonna
I
cost.
know.
We don't think it's gonna cost a lot, but if it's over $2,500, I would appreciate everyone here understanding that. Because I think it's important we make a good showing
I do
for
too.
the opening day.
I don't think it's, I mean, the sod's probably gonna be the most expensive. Sod.
Yeah.
But.
All right, anything else then?
Quick.
Yeah.
Question, the valve, pump and motor installations and repairs and splash pad, are those warranty repairs on?
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another, whatever the other thing is, it's the system that put
Chlorine
everything,
regulator.
the regulator,
Yeah.
it's not working.
Well, it got low and it wasn't supposed to get low, and so they're working on that. to
Yeah,
figure out
so
that.
there, yeah, that's all under warranty.
Yes.
Okay, then, let's move on to department reports. We got a building inspector's deal here. Any questions about that?
More roofing.
Roofing went back up again, didn't it? Yeah. Well, it's getting warmer weather. And then let's see, PD report. I see we have another hero in the building. You guys are getting your workout, aren't you? That's really cool, Mark. It really is. That's fantastic. Get goosebumps thinking about it. Anything for the chief?
Good job.
Yep.
Almost as good as like a Navy commander or something.
All right, then we'll move along to the public works report. $56 non-payment disconnects.
I wonder what the abnormal reports for water meters.
I don't know, maybe Alina can tell us that. Jay isn't here today.
So the system tells us each month if something is abnormal and around about the time everybody starts turning their lawn meters on, there's a whole bunch of abnormal usage.
And then someone has a leak for water. The leak, we'll get
Yeah,
flagged
if-
up, we'll
if
get
it
flagged on
flags
that
up
and then
really
have to tell them.
high usage, that's how we catch leaks a lot of time. John will go through that report, he'll go out and check and see if it got a leak. But lawn meters really set it off.
Or someone leaves their hose on in the backyard all night, like someone did.
Who would do that?
Well, I don't know if any other, I might as well talk about that now. I don't know about the DNR thing. Because I don't know how many of you have sprinkler systems. I have one. And I can't get a backflow inspection. There's DNR came around, they guessed all the towns around here and wrote all the cities up. We just got a deal from them today on that, on our deficiencies. And
They are
so,
tracking
and they're cracking down. And so I'm going to get a nasty letter tomorrow from the city about not having an inspection on my backflow preventer. And I know that, and my backflow preventer also has a leak in it that has to be fixed, and I can't get anybody to work on it. So my yard may be brown here in a little while, but that's the fact of life. So
We made a lot of progress. We went from 12 pages of lawn meters that we didn't have backflow certifications for to 4 pages. So we've made a lot of progress in collecting them, but it's still a work in progress.
and they changed how they're doing the meter thing too.
And we're going to have to change our privacy fees as well. We have always reported our meters as one size. In this last DNR check that we had, they called us on it. Nobody had ever worried about it before, I guess. We've had these DNR checks before, everything's come back fine. They didn't like it this time, and so they're gonna have to do a thorough inventory of all of our meters, and the meters that are bigger than a 5/8 meter, so that's pretty much a lawn meter, fire department, most of the school will have to raise the primacy fees on those because we will get charged more primacy fees from the state. And that is a state mandated charge.
And they are doing one good thing with backflow preventers. They're
Yes.
making everybody have the inspection by June 1st. And in the past, it was like, well, if I put in my thing and I did it in August, then it was good until that next August. So they kind of came in randomly. Now, everyone's got to have everything in on June 1st. Or John comes out and shuts off your meter.
And you know that, Hal.
I have mine shut off every winter anyway, just to make sure. 'Cause, my neighbors were walking along the street and said, hey, there's a hissing noise on your front yard. And I went out there and my backflow preventer water shooting out of the thing. Thank God it just started. Anything else on biweekly? If not, I guess then we will move on to the next subject, which is committee reports, budget and finance. LaDonna.
Well, nothing to report right now, but when all of these quotes and all of these totals and all of these repairs and everything else come in, I'm sure we will have a lot to look over. And probably when we get all of the final numbers in on Memorial and everything, we need to get a meeting and see where we're standing on ARPA funding and so we can address some of these long range things to help prioritize.
Yeah.
Have another joint meeting maybe with health facilities.
Good idea. Any questions for budget? Code and nuisance, Rick.
I don't have anything right now, sir.
Any other questions for Rick? Human resources, Roger?
Nothing at this time.
Anything for Roger? Very well then. Public facilities, Mike's gone. Ollie or David, anything? You guys haven't done anything since then? Very good. On the dot, you're on there too, sorry.
That's fine. I'm just gonna stress over the purse strings and let them update them.
I don't blame you. All right, then we'll go to unfinished business. David?
Item 6B that was on the agenda and we removed, and then I assume will be back on the next, at the next meeting. I did notice today that those driveway approaches haven't been poured. They're
Yeah.
there.
Well, yeah. There's a mix-up in the understanding on all this thing, I believe, and I'm upset about it. But Steve was the one that was involved in it, and since he's not here and he can't address that, that's why I wanted to take it off.
We'll talk about it next
Yeah,
time.
talk about it next time.
Understood.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Bill, any unfinished? LaDonna?
No, I was thinking of something, but it's gone.
Okay.
I'll remember.
I'll do that in new business. I don't have anything. Rick?
I think I will do it unfinished because it kind of pertains to the park or the splash pad.
Okay.
I think there were some complaints of people smoking around the splash pad. I don't know. I actually, Crystal mentioned it about a city ordinance. I thought we have city ordinance where you can't smoke in parks or something like that. But
No,
No.
we
is there a
don't.
way to
We don't.
do anything?
We talked about that with, when the old marijuana thing came up. And we don't have anything on that yet.
So could
Yeah.
we, so we could do something. There's, I guess we need Mike to kind of clear.
Yeah, you can,
At least around, because that splash pad is.
before we do anything, I'd rather Mr. Talley was here.
Right. No, I'm not saying we do it tonight. I'm just saying we need
Well,
to
I'm
discuss
wondering,
that.
do we have it as, like, was it a rule of the pool or something like that, no smoking or anything like that, or?
We don't have anything on the books for City Park. There's
Well, I know
no-
we don't for an ordinance, I just wondered if like a rule, like a pool rule, if you could do it.
Because there was no smoking in the pool.
Right.
Do we have rules for the splash pad?
I don't think so, I don't know if there's anything on this, right, that's what I was wondering about, if we.
Should we have some signage with the hours?
We would just have the regular rules for the parks. Is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be good probably to get some signage with the hours of operation or something, so even if somebody's driving by and just, or, and like even just a temporary sign, maybe, we had talked about a vinyl or something directing people,
Splash pad now.
splash pad now open or something till they get used to.
You need to work on that.
Okay.
You're a code guy.
Yeah.
Make it so, number one. There you go. How about that?
And then you have to have Mr. Talley approve
I'm just gonna write big no smoking sign.
it. It'll have to be voted on. Ordinance.
Now, I'll talk to Mike. I won't be here at the next meeting. It's South Dakota.
I don't know if Mr. Talley will be here next meeting either, quite frankly.
I might just email him.
But if he's home and all that stuff, hopefully we can get him on a Zoom or whatever it is, the voice thing, so he can hear what's going on and we can ask him questions. That it?
That's all I got.
Bob?
I have nothing.
Ollie?
Not really unfinished, but I will also be absent at the next meeting.
Afraid you don't bump her head somewhere.
Boy, could we pass a lot of stuff next week.
And I will
Maybe.
be unavailable for the coffee and donuts. I'll be out of town. I'm very sorry.
That's okay. We don't expect everyone to attend every one of them anyway. That it?
Yes.
Lana? Crystal? No? Mark? Okay. One other thing, you sent out the deal for MML. Did you guys all get that? I said I'm gonna go.
Which, was that
Yes.
the elected officials new?
No, this is the September meeting in Kansas City.
I did not see that one yet.
So if you guys want to attend that, it's a really good meeting up there. It really is. The only problem I have with it, I've gone to the ethics thing both times and they can't get through their presentation because they don't have enough time. And I kept telling them, you need to have 2 sessions because there's a lot to cover in ethics and that's very important to all of us. And if you all can go, I would highly recommend you go. It's well worth it.
What are the dates?
dates? Do we know?
I think it was September 10th through 13th.
Okay, I'll be back.
That sounds,
Right around it. It's a Crown Center.
it's definitely in September.
Yeah, it's in September.
I will be gone the end of August, but I should be back at the site plan the 10th.
Yeah, the 10th through the 12th, yeah.
Not much on the 12th.
Hmm?
Not much on the 12th.
No, usually the last day is just a keynote here.
Yeah,
Breakfast and
Sunday,
leave.
right?
but they have good food. At least they did last year.
And hopefully this year it will be.
Yeah, just leave
it.
it at church.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go to new business. Holly?
No.
Nothing.
Yes, sir.
Roger?
Yeah, one thing, you need to get a hold of Jay in 4 Oaks Park between the pavilion and the playground. It's a dead tree. And I'm afraid that the limbs they've already started falling, so I don't want to see kids getting hurt down there. If you could let him know, please.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
Let's see, I've got 2 things. The first is I made an emergency declaration on the docking station that went out for the police department for our PD body cameras. It was $2,735 that you have on this. Mr. Talley says I don't need a vote to do this, but I would greatly appreciate you guys having a deal on approving this emergency.
I make a motion, we approve the emergency declaration for replacement of the 12-bay docking station for the PD body cameras.
Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Bill McGuire to approve my emergency declaration for the docking station for the PD cameras. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand, 7 affirmative, 1 absent. Thank you all very much. I do appreciate that. The next thing on new business is, it's not very much money, but the second Tuesday in July, the chamber lost one of their sponsors, and they've asked us if we would like to sponsor the thing there. It's $250, and I told Steve to go ahead. That would be good, right?
They already got a replacement
Well, I guess we don't have to do it then.
the same day.
Oh. Well.
Never mind.
Never mind, that's old business.
Hey, we can spend that on a splash pad. Then.
It's like a corner of the table right there.
And that's all I had. So new business, Ladonna.
The only thing, and this could go years back to be old business, but technically it's new now. And it came to mind with everything we were talking about the other day with Officer Conway and now Chief McCall. Years ago, when we were talking about activities up in here, we had talked about doing a basic life saving through the Red Cross to get people like certified. And when Kenny was still here, then somehow it got to where, well, let's just do one for employees. But I think with some of the things, it might be a good idea if we tried to get something like that again, even if it's,
Our city employees, like police, aren't you? You're already certified.
well, but Rick, aren't you certified to teach?
I'm an instructor, yeah.
I was gonna say, even if we could do something for the public sometime, because this just brings to light how there were people sitting there with this woman that didn't know basic life saving. Obviously, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And had our chief not just happened to stop at that restaurant at that time, she may not have survived.
I don't think she would have, the way it sounds.
Yeah, so I just kind of think maybe as we're looking at maybe trying to do something, and you and I have kind of had a talk about, since you're an instructor.
Don't we have to have a pool to do that?
No, because you can just do like basic CPR, basic Heimlich, that kind of stuff, like basic life saving.
It's basic CPR, basic first aid, AED. is what I'm certified.
And I was certified years
I
ago,
need
like,
to be certified
but I
on it
haven't been
too.
certified for a long time.
The trouble with that is, I mean, you gotta have the equipment. I have enough equipment to do 14 people. So if we try to do some large scale thing, we'd have to bring in a bunch of instructors. We could schedule classes, yeah.
Even if we could maybe start with
I
some,
think that's a good idea.
even if we could maybe start with some of us, some of the people that might be here, and then kind of open it up. If we see there's a demand, maybe we could get Freeman or somebody to come on board.
I'm gonna do some through the church for our first impressions and our staff there. So some of those classes won't be full, so I could, if you guys wanted to come.
Yeah.
We could do that too.
You can do anything to get anybody in church.
Anyhow, that's all I thought, because it just, I haven't certified for a long time.
Okay, good. Bill, new business.
Yeah, looking to the future, in July, we've moved our meeting back 1 week from July 4th.
Yes,
Yeah.
So following that up, we're gonna have to move the third week.
no.
Or do you wanna have back-to-back weeks?
We'll have back-to-back weeks because there's not enough in there yet. We're just moving the one.
Okay.
That it? David?
School district matter that I mentioned is there's community interest related to it or could be. The school district owns the property at 138 South Main Street. The school board has declared it surplus. It is immediately south of Driftaway Day Spa. At one point in time, the school district owned both buildings. And one was the alternative school. White leased the 138 South Main building as his office space. He's no longer utilizing it for that purpose, and we're trying to find a buyer for it. So if you know of somebody that may be interested in your contact with community members, we appreciate assistance with that because we've not had interest so far. The building is not in great shape. I suspect whoever does buy it will remove that and then have the lot available for whatever they might use it for. But wanted to mention that.
What's the building that's on there now?
What it,
What's the building that's on there now?
It is a very old building. In fact, I don't know the exact age of it. Wood front, sheet metal along one side, and then the north side of it, it joins immediately the driftway day spot.
What was the address?
138 South Main, right across from the post office. That's it.
Thank you. Elena, new business. Crystal.
Yes, sir. Because, Steve's not here, so.
Yeah.
Okay, but just one thing. I got contacted by the CID, by Tammy Thomas, in regards to the annual 4th of July activities for the Broward Community Improvement District. Usually we donate to that cause, so I just need approval to still do that. And how much do you guys want to donate?
And we do $2,500
That's
every
usually
year.
what we do.
And I think we need to, everybody in town goes to Briarbrook to watch that. So I need a motion to approve that since it's $2,500.
Right after.
Oh, wait, I could do $24.99.
I got $1.
But I'd rather have us vote on it.
Yeah, and that normally, do we run that out of general fund or parks? Usually general fund?
I think it comes out of general fund, I'd have to know.
I was gonna say, it will be okay. So, yeah, I move that we do as we have in past years and chip in $2,500 towards the fireworks show that the CID will then put on.
So my Dial second Rick Flynn that the city give the CID $2,500 for the July 4th fireworks show. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand, 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. You can write them a check. I guess I'll sign it then.
I'll email Tammy and let her know.
This is kind of along the lines of that, but I talked to Tara Miller, and she's planning on spearheading the parade for 4th of July.
Good.
So,
And that's all I have.
Chief, any new business? Nope. All right. Is there any other business before the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Dial second Rick Flynn that we adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, 1 absent. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much for attending. How many do we have
All
online
of
today?
you.
5. Oh, good. Thank you all for being there online.
Well, hopefully if Cody was online, he heard that we're changing the 10 to 24. Otherwise, because it will